We take from the arousal, from the desire, the immense energy and creative potential, the joy of life that is there. We integrate, we contemplate the arousal as it is. We bring awareness. Normally, when there's arousal, we click into unconsciousness. And Tantra, this is the first spot. We get aroused, we have a desire, turn on the lights. How does it feel? Feel it vibrating in your testicles, in your lingam, in your pelvic area, in your heart. Feel it. And then with it, contemplate your thoughts. Contemplate the wish to suppress the desire and say, well, I actually don't want to suppress it. I just don't want to have trouble from it. I want to place it in a harmonious place. And then when these two come together in the light, the inner conflict can be balanced, because I'm also willpower and I'm also desire. They're both real. They're both me. And that's the beginning of the integration. This is the ground attitude. If you want to use the creative potential, we need to come towards integration. Yeah? And any compromise on the integration will lead to certain pockets, certain capsules of energy that we will not be able to use them or sublime them, because they are filled with inner conflict. Now, just having an integrative approach is normally not enough, especially when you are alone, because the energy is too big and the consciousness of most guys is too small. We just cannot polarize it by consciousness alone, and here we have the grace of Hatha Yoga. That's why we can eat, not like monks, and still have a spiritual life, because we have Hatha Yoga and meditation and techniques to sublime the creative potential. In the absence of that, we would just freak out. We would have to really eat very little in order to control the energy, but we have sublimation, so it's possible. So sublimation begins with an attitude. We need to believe in ourselves, in our potential. This is the beginning of sublimation. And that greatness needs to be polarized into life. Gandhi was great, but in the absence of British injustice, his greatness would never come out to the world. You understand? You need to polarize it. And if you don't have such a quest in life, then we need to polarize it from the inside. But the sublimation needs to come harmoniously, first by having a high ideal. First by understanding there is a glory, a masculine glory in me, and it needs to come into life. And I have faith that it's possible. So we cultivate a wish to rise, to feed the higher from the lower, and the longing for the higher. And then we cultivate willpower, aspiration, faith. Create a strong routine to sublime. What you saw now is an extract from a wide course of teaching men the Tantric way of lovemaking, the Tantric path of love. It's called Amorous, Erotic, Continence. We have about 50 courses with different titles, and if you're interested, if that's something you want to know more of, you're welcome to send us an email and connect with us in this way.